idiot.
Win this one.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man? Bro, I'm out, man. That nigga's tripping.
Hey, Tim. Did you hear what back bling I told you to use?
Guilty thing. Why don't I remember? I need this one now.
The guitar. I told you to use guitar.
Oh! But not this skin. This is actually. I'll use this skin. Nah.
This is for both of you.
No!
You have a great defense. They're averaging 104 points a game. You have a lot of offense. You haven't broke 100 for guys.
Oh, Joe, I have to go.
Offense.
Oh yeah, I like teacher interviews, Joe.
Wait, today?
Yeah.
Wait, soon?
Yeah,
The problem is we're down 2-1.
Hey, I'm just here so I won't get fined. You know what? I'm just tired of it. Finally,
what time is it play tomorrow?
I don't know.
Isn't the only time you can play? I can play tomorrow.
It's become like a common thing in the NHL for guys to fall in love with my 7 seconds.
Yeah, what time can you do it? Go. Go. What time do you get on it?
I don't know.
Oh, can you get it 14, please? It's an iPad.
Well,
Anytime I can play
are you a smart guy? I think so. You think so, right? So we don't defend
So, can you play 14?
14 every day, bro, with that Disney Channel for 5 mil on YouTube in 6 months. Never done before. Pass all the competition, man. PewDiePie's next. Get the brand new Rolex, and I come with the Careers Team 10 with the hell in you.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll finish.
Tim, where are you landing?
There.
You stupid.
I really good.
Did you know that the crossbows are on this?
Isn't a game, dude.
Feels good to be it with my actual account.
I didn't have it done.
My pickaxe is so different. Dum 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 stupid. Dum,
Oh, I have
dum.
to go. Start now. See you guys.
Bye, team.
See ya.
Bye, bye. I got to my bad bowl, look on my friends. So I'm crazy, baby. Hurts my ears to do my pickaxe. Like a diamond, but a bull, look on. Please shotgun, damn it. You bots. No! No! Oh, damn. It was one shot.
So, to answer your question.
Dan Feldman, NBC Sports. Steph, I'm sorry we keep asking you about squatting, but while Draymond and Steve were arguing with the ref and one of them got the technical, it looked like you squatted down. And were you just stretching there? And what did Richard Jefferson say to you?
You serious right now?
You gotta be better. People are curious.
Come on now, man. This is crazy.
You gotta be better than that. People are curious.
I really don't have an answer for that. That's the craziest thing I've ever heard.
What did Richard Jefferson say to you?
I have no idea. I don't remember what situation you're talking about, but yeah.
You gotta be better. I'm sorry. I like you, but you gotta be better. Bird, kudos from Eric and Tony on a fantastic night out there. How you feeling? It's great to have you back here, by the way.
Good to be back finally.
Why do you say finally? It's inside. Blocked by David West. Here comes Green. Ahead to Thompson. Plays Thompson. Gets down. Goes down hard. Gets a little work up and away to the free throw.
I don't think Clay Thompson appreciates something was said to him back there.
He turned. The Warriors reacted to something in the stands. Whether it was something said or did somebody do something physical. He's there to see the security talking to that gentleman, and I think they're going to escort him out. He's not. Apparently, some of the security right on top of that. Rob doesn't like it, but if he picks up the boy, you like to see them take that quick action.
Just watch the end of the play. This is a little bit of a scary call, but he barely gets his hands down now. Yeah, see, he's bumping something at play. And the guy at the free throw line is as impassable a personality as you'll find. Very rarely will you see Clay's emotions get too high or go too low. So whatever this guy said had to be egregious to get this kind of reaction from this particular player.
And you see Thompson immediately turning around. And you know, I like that. Yeah, I just want to shut out crowd, but of a 19,000.
Hi, my name's Adam Hudson and I have a question for you. What would it be like if you woke up to...
A sports fan in you, but not all athletes behave honestly, and sometimes Thanks to the film I, Tonya, today many people know this figure skater. She was one of the most famous athletes in the United States. Tonya was the first athlete to successfully complete a triple axel in a short program, and also performed 2 triple axel jumps in one competition. She managed to win the 1991 US Championship, but became more famous for her non-sporting achievements, more precisely for the incident with Nancy Kerrigan, her ice rival. To put her rival out of action, Tonya made a deal with her husband and his friend, and the latter attacked Nancy when she was going to rest after training.
Dun 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 dun, stupid. Yo. Nice shot, dude. Yep.
Due to serious injury, the figure skater was unable to participate in the 1994 US Championship, and Tonya Harding won. But Nancy recovered quickly, and the 2 athletes participated in the 1994 Olympics. There, Harding took 8th place, and her rivals 2nd. The US Figure Skating Association conducted an investigation and proved Tonya's involvement in the attack. She was disqualified for life and ordered to pay a fine of $160,000. Boris Lishchenko. A scandal involving Soviet pentathlete Boris Onyshchenko occurred at the 1976 Montreal Olympic Games. This athlete was the leader in all competitions: riding, shooting, swimming, fencing, and athletics. With his help, the team of Soviet athletes was heading straight for victory. But in the fencing competition, the judges and the public realized that the light was shining even before Onyshchenko touched his opponent with his sword. We're talking about the light that helps determine how many hits the athlete has made. At first, it was considered a technical failure in the system, but after a detailed audit, it was revealed that the Soviet athlete was also a good engineer. The athlete had a button on his épée with which he could activate the light without actually hitting his opponent. The weapon was replaced, and Onyshchenko defeated his rival without the need for mechanical tricks. However, the story doesn't even end there. At the end of the second day of the tournament, it was announced that Onyshchenko, and together with him the entire USSR team, would be disqualified. The athlete was expelled from the Olympic Village and was disqualified for life. Sergio Motsoane. To receive a cash prize for participating in the 1999 Comrades Marathon, it was necessary to finish in the top 10, and Sergio Motsoane did it without any problems. He finished 9th and was ready to get his money, but happiness didn't last long. The judges, having reviewed the race, noticed that Sergio had left the race several times for a short time. You're probably wondering what the problem is. Maybe the runner wanted to go to the bathroom. Well, that is possible, but how do you explain that every time Sergio returned to the race, his wristwatch moved from one hand to the other? The judges found this very...
A green and blue tech now. My hand is sore. Toxic waste.
Strange, and carried out an investigation that confirmed the fraud. It turned out that instead of Sergio, a part of the marathon was run by his twin brother, Fika. Yeah, boy. And the men changed places several times throughout the race. While one brother was running, the second was catching up with him on a bicycle. The cunning athlete was disqualified for 11 years, but the scammer didn't change. In 2010, he returned to the tracks and was disqualified again, but that's another story. The Spanish Paralympic team. Among professional athletes,
this is Todd. Hi. This is Todd's mom.
Hi.
In a moment, Todd's mom will read her son's internet browsing history. What? Aloud, please.
Supermodels on trampolines.com. Why don't girls like me? How to overcome an overbearing mother.
Okay, cut. If you would...
Paralympians are particularly admirable because they're just amazing and their willpower is enviable. That's why the Spanish team's deception is still so striking. And the fact is that in the basketball competitions, in which people with intellectual disabilities participated, Spain included completely healthy people. Some of them had even participated in the World Championship in Brazil. However, when they were invited to participate in the Paralympic Games, none of the team members objected. And even though in the Spanish team there were 2 people with intellectual disabilities, they hardly entered the field. Of course, having the advantage, the Spaniards defeated all their rivals. When the fraud was revealed, there was a big scandal. The leaders of the Spanish Paralympic Committee resigned. The national team was disqualified, and the winners of the Paralympic Games in Sydney were the basketball players of the Russian national team. Ortron Enderlein. The East German athlete competed in the 1960s and won the gold medal at the 1964 Winter Olympics in Innsbruck, but was disqualified, along with another German athlete at the 1968 Games. Ortron was first in the overall standings, but the judges were suspicious of the athlete's speed. After a thorough check, it was shown that, in violation of all GDR rules, the running team heated their sled, which is prohibited by the rules. The girls lost their medals, although this didn't prevent Enderlein from working on the Olympic Committee after finishing her career.
No!
Diego Maradona. World-famous footballer Diego Maradona, like any famous person, is far from being a saint. The situation, of course, can be controversial, but the fact is, in the 51st minute of the 1986 World Cup quarter-final against England, the great Maradona scored a goal with his hand. As you know, the use of hands in football is forbidden, but the famous Argentine athlete actually sent the ball to the opponent's goal with the help of his fist. The referee considered the goal legal, and despite the indignation of the English players, the goal was validated. In the post-match conference, Maradona said the ball was scored partly by his hand and partly by the hand of God. Rosie Ruiz. Imagine that an unknown athlete comes to town and unexpectedly wins the marathon with one of the best female results in marathon history of all time. You may think she's a talented person who until now had been in hiding, but the fact is that Rosie Ruiz ran the Boston Marathon with a record time of 2:31:56, and at the finish line she looked too good for a person who'd just gotten over such a long distance. In addition, she could vaguely remember the details of the race, and the judges and other runners didn't remember her in the group of leaders. A little strange, isn't it? Everything became clear thanks to two witnesses who said that Ruiz entered the race from the crowd 1 kilometre from the finish line. Other people remembered seeing the runner in the subway. That way she ran through most of the marathon. It's not a bad idea in case you don't have a twin sister. As a result, Rosie was disqualified, and marathon organisers now use special chips. Participants at the Olympic badminton tournament. Perhaps one of the main rules of professional sports is to give all you have to win. In the end, most athletes literally dedicate their lives to setting records and winning medals, so no one will play using only half of their strength. Or maybe so. During the Olympic badminton tournament in London 2012, 4 teams of players at once decided to relax a bit. The fact is that after the draw procedure, many teams or individual players could choose their opponents in the quarterfinals. As a result, the athletes played averagely. The strongest lost to the weakest. In short, the couples decided to choose weaker opponents and relax a little, but something went wrong. The athletes were first booed by outraged spectators, then shamed by judges, and finally disqualified, accused of not using their best efforts to win a match, and conducting themselves in a manner that's clearly abusive or detrimental to the sport. think that was fair? Roberto Rojas. What don't players do to help their team? Here is a case of strange self-sacrifice that occurred in September 1989. During the World Cup qualifying matches, the Chilean team was losing 1-0 to the Brazilian team. There were 25 minutes left before the final whistle, when suddenly a firework fell on the field from the stands of the Brazilian fans, which hit the back of the Chilean goalkeeper, Roberto Rojas. The soccer player immediately collapsed on the grass, holding his head, and his teammates ran toward him. As a result, Rojas, with deep cuts on his face, was taken off the field, and the captain of the Chilean team said that the team would not return to the field. It looked like the Chileans would get a technical win and go straight to the World Cup. But after watching the replay, the referees began to doubt Rojas' honesty. It was later discovered that the cuts were made by the goalkeeper himself, who hid a scalpel in his glove. For feigning a dangerous injury, FIFA awarded Brazil the technical victory in the match by 2-0, suspended Rojas from soccer for life, and banned Chile's national team from participating in the 1994 World Cup. However, in 2001, after an apology, FIFA withdrew Rojas' disqualification, and today he works as a goalkeeper coach for Brazil's sport team in Recife. Femke van den Drijsche. Did you know that in addition to conventional doping, there is also mechanical doping? In other words, making illegal changes to the sports equipment. Femke van den Drijsche, a famous 19-year-old Belgian cyclist, was one of the first to do this at the World Championship. This is Todd. Hi. This is Todd's mom. Hi. In a moment, Todd's mom will read her son's internet browsing history. Result of the radio frequency analysis in the frame of the bicycle, they found a hidden engine, which converted a usual bicycle into an electric bike. The device helped the athlete to ride faster, and therefore can be considered as doping.
What in the world am I so bad for? I'm so good at this mode. Oh my gosh, it's so hard though. It's stressful. Oh. Damn it.
Out for technical reasons, which led to the verification of her bicycle, which turned out to have this little secret. However, she of course immediately stated that the bike belonged to a friend, and that her mechanic accidentally got confused, and the girl didn't even notice the change. Well, what can we say? Anything could happen, right? Many athletes confuse their bikes, and then their wheels just spin by themselves. Psst, dude, are you looking for new technologies and great gadgets? Are your thoughts focused on the future? Do you love huge vehicles and can't imagine your life without robots around you? Then visit TechZone.
This is Todd. Hi. This is Todd's mom.
Hi.
In a moment, Todd's...
Hi everyone. Against Augsburg. The ball which bounced off the foot of the actor, but Kenny Perry found the...
Don't ask me why, but some people are just ridiculously lucky. Look at it. This guy won $181 million on the lottery and found the love of his life in the same week. Meanwhile, the love of my life left me and swam away because we supposedly didn't breathe like the same air or something dumb like that. Yeah, she was a sea turtle in case you were wondering. I don't know what any of that has to do with love, but she's gone now. Rest in peace, Scratcher the Turtle. Anywho, just like the lottery, game shows involve a ton of risks, but they make up for it with huge rewards. So welcome back to Top 5 Central, everyone, where today we're looking at the 5 luckiest game show winners of all time. If we get 3,017 likes on this video, you guys will find a Shamrock Shake in your mailbox. Karma is real, people. Like and subscribe. Maybe you'll win $1 million. Number 5. Winning a quiz show is never easy, but it gets even harder when there's not one answer you actually know. With that said, if you're really, really lucky, then you might win a lot of money just by guessing over and over again. Sounds kind of ridiculous, I know, but when this 20-year-old student competed on $1 Million Hot Seat, he walked away with $100,000 even though he didn't know anything. I mean, to be fair, he was pretty sure about the first answer, but after that, things went downhill pretty quick. He ended up guessing about everything from geography to engineering to music, and he did...
$1,500 in a bottle of light, just one. We've been twice forever.
Damn! Didn't even seem mad that he had no idea. In fact, he straight up admitted he was picking answers just because he felt like it, which everyone else in the room seemed to find super funny. Anyway, at one point he was flipping between options super fast, and you could tell even the host thought he was gonna pick the wrong one. Thing is, he ended up getting it right just because he ran out of time to swap again. So who knows? Maybe this is a strategy you should try next time you're at quiz night.
Look at this cupboard. You know, get the guns out, give them a bit of a kiss each time. There we go. Yeah, working out. You're doing all the routine. You sit there. Oh, Alex, you've won 100,000.
This next clip is that there really isn't just one lucky moment, there's actually two. Like when this woman played her final round of Wheel of Fortune, there was like 0 chance that she'd end up with $1 million. But that's exactly what happened. How'd she do it? Well, it was a mix of like pure chance and some pretty epic guessing skill. Basically, one envelope on the wheel was replaced with $1 million envelope, and without realizing, she picked that one when she spun the wheel. Now that's the chance part.
Oh, what?
But then when she walked over to answer the question, her luck completely ran out. I mean, not only did she have a super hard category, but almost none of the letters she guessed ended up on the board. The thing is, somehow she managed to guess the whole phrase within like 2 seconds, even though she had almost nothing to go off of. I mean, the host was already super shocked that she managed to answer, but he was even more shocked when he opened the envelope because there was the $1 million card just waiting for her.
Top workout.
What? I'm very impressed. Let me look. We have $1 million winner. You hit the jackpot with $1 million.
Lucky moments there are in this next clip, but I think it was probably the best day of this kid's life. I mean, not only was he on TV competing on The Price is Right, but it was his birthday as well. That's only the beginning though, because he ended up competing for a brand new car, and at first, he wasn't doing too well. Like, he guessed the price completely wrong, which meant he only had one more chance to screw up before he lost the car completely. The thing is, somehow he managed to guess the last 3 numbers right and win, which was so unlikely that even the host was jumping up and down. As if that wasn't enough, he then managed to win $1,000, which he turned into $26,000 with a bonus spin that should have been almost impossible. Not only that, but he already won a 250cc scooter when he got up on stage. Add to that the holiday and the second car, and it's not surprising that even the host called him the luckiest contestant in the world.
One more number. You get this last number, you get the car. Five. Says 5. Oh yeah. Come on.
Number 2. Now, I don't know if this...
Wait, what? Why do you hate life? What's wrong with life? Just trying to get someone to raid me. Wow. They're very nice. Oh my, what? I'm stuck. Oh, no, I'm not. Wait, is Verona streaming? Nope. Let's go to the roof. Oh.
In the middle of Dusty, somebody's sniping in the middle of Dusty, I saw it. I think they're there's somebody in here, like, oh yeah, I see him on top of Dusty.
Okay, Venice is just talking to him, we're good.
He's a sparkle splash, right in the middle. He's trying to act like he wasn't him, but I saw him shoot that time.
Someone blind right here. Oh, I got it. I don't know. He's a default. Should I shoot him? This guy, should I shoot him? I can't tell. Yeah, hit him. Hey, buddy.
I'm gonna try to stick with you, dog.
Ice Came over here. I can't tell if he's friendly or not. Him.
It's the year.
Guys! Was this rain?
No, not that. Is Sheldon from Big Bang Ed. Yes, you passed the test, boy. Are you here, ladies? Well, dude, that was amazing, and I can't stress it enough. We're not trying to be mean to these people on this nice server. I'm just trying to understand. I was nice. Oh, dude, Thanos. Yeah. Oh, new person. Welcome, Thanos. Look at this.
Right now, I want this video here to prove that there's more to being an influencer than dying your head. Oh, she's holding
Spider.
He's gonna read it out the chat.
What the fuck is going on, dude?
Oh my god, size of that bloody trout. Go get it! Go get the trout! 1,392 people watching this vlog just take a nice leisurely sail. Huge fuck off trout. Like, okay, right, this week on the internet's been running for a long time. But any books. We can't do anything right, for God's sake.
What the fuck is going on, man? Will you shut up, Rachel?
This isn't Rachel's fault, eh? We'll take it out on her. Well, anyway, we destroyed True Geordie in a fight. Yes, C. Thompson, you know it. Easy. No bother. Download BoxTube. Money on the map yet. I'm assuming that's not one of his original followers.
Thank you for the host, man. I hope you had a great stream, man. I appreciate you rating me, man. This is nuts, man. Thank you, man. Thank you for the follows, man.
Oh, he's a lovely bloke. If you're... Twitch watcher, go follow OK Dude TV. He's more than an OK Dude. Marianne, will it is a month. Alright, yeah. Cheers, Marianne. Appreciate that.
Yeah, it's kind of sour.
Adjudicator, said I.
The chocolate daddy.
Got a little guy, man. Got a little guy for you guys. Kiss the fish. Kiss the fish.
Okay, Captain Sparkles, he's live. Let's keep it simple and go back to spider stuff.
There we go. Okay. What the hell? Why are they saying spider? What the hell? Why are they saying spider? Are you serious?
I love how this goes one of two ways. Either they don't believe it or they like slightly believe it and freak out a bit.
No, hold on. I love this is a joke.
He's terrified, look at him.
Where? Where? I think you're okay. I think you're okay. No. Where?
Help him, don't spam. He's like a moderator or like a prefect in school. It's the same mentality with the snitches.
Because this is not funny. This is not funny. I'm like looking at the web.
Oh, hello.
This is a crisis.
What is this?
Why have you done this to me? Someone tweeted out who has 400k followers. I don't know. Will and E that your stream and told everyone to go say there's spider on your shoulder. You want to know why some rando who I have never?
Oh, this is getting kind of hurtful, you know.
That's what people do. They're small.
Oh shit! Inconsequential. Oh, I like Captain Sparkles as well. Okay, they go back and play Minecraft. We'll move on to. Okay. Oh, okay. Let's all request a song. Please play Gangnam Style Friends. Go on then, off we go. Come on, surely they've got to come through. 36 viewers. Steven tries like kids. No points. Come on! Can we put off Billie Jean, please?
Well, this is distracting. What the f is going on here? I think I'm getting, like, bot spammed or something. Not a bot, bitch. Okay, sounds good. Okay, how do you even spell Gangnam Style? I can't play it.
Oh, what? Headset giveaway. Here we go. Let's start this. Spider. That's Spider. There's a spider on your head. Yes, go on, boys. Go on. Eddie, let's try.
Wait, what? Shut the fuck up.
I love it when people take it like this as well. Like, he's obviously not on. Wait, no, it's a troll.
In the event it's a spider, I live in Massachusetts. It's not a big deal.
See? Hard as nails. Captain Sparkles, mate. Yeah, I know you're supposed to take spider, mate.
There is no spider. It's just YouTube superstar Wine.
Wine. That's my name. Dirty Wine, that's me. This guy is so... That's Medi. What a boy. I like you.
Sorry, boss. Have a good stream. Hey, dude. You made my day.
Anyway, moving on. He's in public. Okay, the guy's just got up and he's going to use it and he's turned his back. So I reckon we change this and say that guy just sniffed your seat. Yeah, bro, there it is. Come on up the boys. No, not the spider. There's some people don't read the tweets, just the spider. Look at the guy looks shifty as well. Imagine seeing many people tell you that he did that as well. Don't you go behind you, fella? Will Eddie is king of the north, so I'm going to drink stuff for him. I'm telling you about that. No. Please, I don't. He's searching up my channel. Yeah, that's the one. Oh, boys, I just want to say, right, we have the best community on the internet. Like, you know, like when YouTube's like, oh, their subscribers are this or that, they have like a common goal, and we just wind up people on the internet. This is too funny. Yes, oh god, isn't this the shit you're supposed to fall asleep to? That doesn't look very relaxing to me. Oh, okay, we need to convince this woman that a dog's just done a shit. Here we go. Bang, let's go. Now, who's copy and pasting it with the apostrophes in there?
No, he didn't. Wow.
You can tell for a fact she's seen through this already. Look at him! He's guilty! Imagine he actually did a shit now. She's gonna do a full spin. Well, I mean, we might as well stick around. Okay, right, doing a spin. Imagine if I did that. If my video's right. 20,000 likes and I'll do some star jumps next week. What's going on in this? Do we scare her and say there's a man in the garden? I feel like that's kind of f***ed up to say there's a man in the garden. I feel too sly on that one. Fortnite, come on. What about this guy? Some fort, then chill. Here we go. He's checking chat.
Spider on my headset. That sucks.
What?
I hope he doesn't bite me, boys.
Wow. What a big goth.
I thought it was like a genuine like host or something, but I guess I got pranked. Shit, dude. Yikes. I can do a better reaction. There's a spider on my head.
Sunday Funday, drinking with ducks. Is this really just a chair in the middle of a pool? It's not even a nice chair. Nah, I don't even want to mess with this one. How could I end this here? Right, anyway, that is the end of the video. As you can probably see, these are definitely my favourite videos to do. Anyway, if you have enjoyed, please do leave a like down below. We can hit 70,000 likes. I'll start my next video with 10 jumping jacks. Anyway, if you're new here, feel free to subscribe, and I'll see you guys later.
Come on, wake up, or you're gonna miss 2 cheap cars.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're gonna do something beautiful. You guys gotta help me. You guys gotta help me do something beautiful. Okay? There's a YouTuber. His name is Avery. He can rage a little bit.